Evan sits on a large couch in Dawn's living room. Vi Chamberlain walks briskly through the living room. She stops long enough to shake Evan's hand. Well, hello. Hi. And how are you, Eric? Evan, and fine. You have a nice house. Even nicer on the inside. Thank you. Dawn and I try. She works very hard, my Dawn. Yes, I can see that. So where do you work, Eric? Oh, well, I guess, different places, wherever I'm needed. Kind of like contract work. Exactly. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for an engagement. Dawn, Dawn, from off stage. Yes. Come and entertain our guest. Still off stage. I'll be right there. Now, Dawn. From off stage. Mr. Connolly won't take his pill, Mother. Pardon me for a second. Well, mash it up and put it in his food. From off stage. I already tried that. Well, then you'll have to push it down his throat. From off stage. Next time, get suppositories, because I'd rather do that than push it down his throat. He's gonna bite me. Can I help with this guy? No, that's okay. He's just temperamental. Dawn enters carrying a small dog, Mr. Connolly. She has a small bottle of pills in one hand. Evan approaches to pet the dog. Oh, I thought you were talking about some weird guy or uncle or something you kept in the back room. Hey, careful, he might. Evan pets the dog. Mr. Connolly is kind of weird. Can I see? Evan removes the pills from Dawn's hand. You can't rattle these. He probably knows the sound, and that freaks him out. Look, can I just take him? Oh, careful. Dawn and Vi watch as Evan takes the dog and gently opens his mouth and administers the pill, massaging the dog's throat as the pill goes down. There. Well, we're going to have to hire you as a nurse, Evan. Oh, like on contract. Some dogs are like kids. Like needles, you just got to do it for their own good. And you're definitely good for Mr. Connolly. Well, he knew I wasn't afraid. Dogs smell fear, Oh, I have heard that. Can I use your bathroom? Ooh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. It's just there's something wrong with it. It doesn't flush. Man, what have you guys been using? Like a slop pail? A what pail? A slop pail, so you can do your business. We only flush when we have to. Oh, yeah. I see. Well, I'm off. And Dawn, be sure you take the parking brake off this time. Yes, Mother. Imitating Dawn's voice. Yes, Mother. Vi exits. Thank you. Oh, no problem. Do you want to wash your hands? Nah, I'm okay. I didn't get no spit on me. You don't know where Mr. Connolly's tongue's been. I have a pretty good idea. Besides, he doesn't know where my hand has been. I have to put him in the kennel before we leave. Dawn puts Mr. Connolly into a small kennel and closes the cage door. Isn't that kind of mean? Like, shouldn't you just tie him up outside or something? He has a bad habit of misbehaving when we let him run free. Even when we're home, we have to keep an eye on him. Besides, I think he likes it in there. So do you need any more sandbagging? Not just yet. I think it should hold. But could we talk about something else? Sure. So after we eat, you want to go to the zoo? I don't really like zoos, Evan. Really? I thought you liked animals. I do, but just not locked up in cages. Oh, well, me neither. But I figure if people don't go visit them, they're just going to get lonely. It's mostly just kids that come to a zoo. And I always figure that it can kind of damage you if you only see kids. Like my Auntie Deb, that's all she does is look after her kids, or else babysit for friends and family. And boy, is she grouchy. I'm pretty sure that comes from not being around enough people of other ages. I always like being around kids. They make me happy. For a time. Then I figure it's like being in one of those cages. Our zoo's kind of stupid anyhow. It's got things like prairie dogs. And that's got to be one of the dumbest things you could put in a zoo. But they're cute. Not if their holes are breaking your cattle's legs. Then you have to flood them out. Catch them with a string around a hole when their head pops out. Ew. Sorry. Well, what do you want to do then? Dawn approaches Evan, puts her arms around her neck, and kisses him. Evan stumbles back and almost falls over. Are you okay? Yeah, well, sure. I just wasn't ready for that. I guess I lost my balance there. Kind of tricky with your leg, huh? I'll get used to it. He grabs Dawn and kisses her. Lights up dimly on Chester and Dawn. Chester is planted on the couch watching the World Wrestling Federation's Raw War. Dawn is again doing a balancing act on the big red armchair waiting for Evan. So, yes. You must like my brother a lot, huh? I like him. Yeah, but I mean like a lot. Because it's Monday night. I work most weekends, and Evan's usually busy. Yeah, that guy's always running around. Running around? I'm just never home. He's trying to make a buck. I'm sorry to get personal. I'm trying to help my brother. He doesn't... Well, never mind. What? Well, he just doesn't... You know. Go out? Well, yeah. I mean, is that what you guys are doing? Well, we are going for coffee. I could make you guys some. No, that's all right. I think Evan wants fancy coffee. Right. Is he always this late? Usually. He works. Where? Casual. Is that a clothing store? No, like casual labor. They'll just hire anybody. Oh. It's hard for him to get like a real job on account of his leg. They watch TV. Bret Hart comes on and starts talking about how great a country Canada is, working up the crowd in Pittsburgh, where the Raw War is taking place. From the TV, it's Bret Hart's voice. I live in the greatest country in the world, one that keeps its promises. And what planet do you live on, buddy? Boy, those guys piss me off. Wrestlers? Yeah, they don't know what they're saying. You look like you could be a wrestler. I tried it in school. but it was more like rolling around on the floor and stuff. Not like these guys jumping off the top ropes and headlocks and figure fours and stuff. Hey, you see that guy there? Which one? That one with the short hair and the big biceps. Well, they all have kind of big biceps. No, that one with the British flag on his ass. Oh, yeah. Yes. That guy. I saw him get on the Ellis bus once when I was on it. That's when they still had a Gold's Gym in St. James. You ever go to Gold's Gym? Shapes. Oh. But anyways, that guy got on the bus and sat right in front of me. His arms are big. His name's the British Bulldog. He looks like a bulldog. Yeah. I bet he could probably press about 400 or 500 pounds. That's the thing I like about the bus. What's that? You never know who you're going to see on the bus. It could be anybody. Chester gets up and goes to get a drink. You want anything, Don? No, I'm okay. Thanks. From off stage. Come on, Brandon. Go to sleep in the basement. Jeez. Chester enters with a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi and chugs some of it and then burps. Excuse me. I usually get a glass, but I'm really thirsty. You know who I saw on the bus today? I have no idea. This guy. A guy? Yeah, I don't know who he is or anything, but he did the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Okay, so he's sitting there, right? And he was picking his nose. He didn't think anybody saw him, and he hooks this big piece of snot on his finger, and he pulls on it. And holy, was it long, like 2 inches long, kind of clear with the hard part sticking to his finger, and the kind of feel coming out of your head, you know. Not really. Anyways, so this guy takes the booger and he starts sort of like rolling it between his fingers like a piece of paint. You ever see artists do that with their paint? Kind of like this? And Chester demonstrates with his hands. No. Or else it's like those guys who lay bricks and they take the mortar and work it between those, whatever they're called, back and forth like that, back and forth. That's what this guy was doing, except it was snot. I thought it was kind of artistic or something. Oh. Chester reacts to the television again. Oh, I hate white people. He realizes Dawn is there. Oh, but not you, Dawn. Just terrible white people. No, that's okay. I understand. I understand completely. Ugh, I shouldn't say that. Sorry. No problem. I don't mind, Mind what? Well, that you're white. Thank you. No problem. Evan arrives. Seeing Dawn. Oh, hi. Evan awkwardly approaches Dawn and gives her a kiss. He turns to Chester. Who's that in the kitchen? Brandon. What's he doing here? He has to go to work in the morning? We'll put him in the bedroom. I told him to go to sleep in the basement. I think he's crashed out because he took a Tylenol. His foot's bugging him again. Didn't he go see the doctor about that? I don't know. Well, what's wrong with his foot? He dropped a sledgehammer on it. And he hasn't gone to see the doctor yet? He can't miss work. Can't he get compensation? Not really. Are you sure? My uncle works for the Department of Labor and let's just get going. All right. Well, bye, Chester. They step outside the front door. I apologize for you having to put up with Chester. He's all right. Next time I'll meet you at your place. Why? Well, that way you don't have to put up with my sleeping nephew or my brother. But I like them. It's just not... What? Normal. Well, what is? Evan moves his head forward slowly and kisses Dawn. Wow. Dawn kisses Evan. They try to leave during the following, but end up sitting on Evan's front steps. So what did you guys talk about? Evan. What? You're worried about what your brother and I talked about after what we just did? What are you supposed to say after a kiss? I don't know. Thank you? Oh, never mind. We talked about the bus. Which bus? Oh, Transit Tom and wrestling, and I didn't know you watched wrestling. I don't. It was neat watching Chester yell at the TV, though. Oh, Bret Hart must have been on. I think it was a British Bulldog. Oh, that's the one where Bret Hart's cronies. They're bad guys now. They used to be these good guys, but wrestlers and their fans aren't very fussy. So, well, oh, did he talk politics? Politics? A wrestler? Like Canada. Did he talk about how great Canada was and stuff? Yeah. Oh, that what pisses Chester off then. Chester hates politics, especially when they brag about how great this country is. It's only great for some of us. Like who? Rich people, for one. I wouldn't know. I don't know any rich people. That's the only time I know I'm an Indian. When you watch wrestling? When I look at what we don't have. Like a bed for my nephew or whatever. What does that have to do with being native or Métis? That's what you are, right? Well, yeah, but it's because we're poor. You're poor because you're native? Something like that. Well, lots of the people in the city are poor. And lots of people in the city are Indian. And Ukrainian. Well, yeah, but they're not poor. Well, some of them are. Not most of them. I don't really quite see your point. Well, I'm just saying that there are some things that go along with being native. Like poverty? Yeah. And being drunks? Yeah. Dawn pauses. What? I didn't think you were going to agree with that. I don't know a native person alive who hasn't been affected directly in their lives by alcohol. That doesn't mean that all native people are drunks. Yeah, but lots of them are. You shouldn't say that. Why not? It's true. I know more Indians who are drunks than are sober. Me, my dad, my grandparents, and about 4 of my cousins. Now those who use alcohol on a regular basis. Chester, Brandon, the rest of my cousins, numbering about 25. My friend Jenny, Solomon, Teresa, Daniel, Summer, all of her sisters. But Evan, so what? And don't get offended, but you're sounding pretty self-righteous. No, I'm not. Am I? Yeah. Evan thinks for a while. I just get so angry. I'm sorry. I apologize to them, not me. Who? Everyone you just told me was a drunk. But they are drunks. Look, let's just go, okay? All right. May I have another kiss? Don kisses him. Wow, nice lips. Thanks. You too. You think so? I've really only used them for whistling before. Mr. Connolly can be heard vocally resisting whatever is being done to him. His yaps grow into growls and howls. Evan enters. Don flops onto the couch. What happened to the pills? I thought suppositories would be easier. I'd take my chances on the other end any day. So when does your mom get back? Anytime now. You wanna... Evan moves closer to Don. What? Wanna, Not right now. Come on. No, Evan, stop it. Evan gives up and sits back. Got anything to drink? In the fridge. I'm supposed to get it? Why not? Well, I'm the guest. Vi rushes in. She plops 4 styrofoam containers on the table and sits down quickly. She distributes the containers as she speaks. Pardon my language, Evan, but screw people who are jerks. You think they'd be more understanding with all this flood business. Mother. Well, I'm sorry, I'm frustrated. I couldn't find any decent apricots for what I was going to prepare, and now it doesn't matter because Jerry called me, and I have to try to close this deal before I leave on the weekend. So supper is rather simple. Hold it. You're going away for the weekend? Well, yes, of course. It was planned weeks ago. Mother, our house may be gone. Oh, pfft. You don't like vegetables, Evan? I just prefer meat. A meat and potatoes kind of man. Oh, meat, actually. No vegetables? Nope. You don't eat any at all? Sometimes tomatoes. But those are fruit. Well, fruit's all right. Here you go, my baby boy. I can't believe you're doing this. Are tomatoes a fruit? I thought that question was debatable. What makes a fruit a fruit? I think it has to do with something with seeds growing on and growing in trees. So pumpkin's fruit too? Well, those grows on vines. Mother, you can't just ignore this. Grapes grow on vines. Mother. What? Forget it. It seems fruit are good for making pies and vegetables for cakes. Vi laughs. Then I guess pumpkin is a fruit too. Hey, yeah, eh? Vi laughs again. Would you think people would concern themselves with more pressing matters? Like what, Mother? A flood, maybe? Oh, I don't know. History. Are you all done, Mr. Connolly? That's something I always wondered. Pardon? Why people do that? Do what? Well, talk to their pets like they're going to answer them. But they do answer. They know what you're saying to them. I don't know. Even a really smart dog is like a dumb little kid. I'd take my dog any day. Would you like a quick drink, Evan? No, thank you. Just a quick one? Oh, that's okay. Evan doesn't drink, Mom. Why not? Well, I used to drink socially, but I made a vow after my brother stabbed my cousin. There's silence. Vi's pager goes off. Oh, well, then that's a good thing then, I guess. Excuse me. Vi exits. Chester stabbed your cousin? It's no big deal. He only got him in the cheek, so nothing was damaged too bad. He's lucky it didn't get his tongue. Were you drinking together? No, I could never really get into that. But after that happened and I was cleaning the blood off the counter, I kind of made a promise not to drink anymore. Wow, Vi returns. Sometimes those things happen in Native communities. What things? Bad things, like fights and stuff, or deaths. There seem to be lots of those. Do you work in the Native community, Evan? No. Evan's Métis mother. Really? Oh, I thought you were Spanish. My last name's McKay? Well, that doesn't mean anything. Look at us. We're francophones named Chamberlain. Métis is another word for half-breed, right? Half-breed's kind of negative. Oh, well, we used to have a Native family living on the corner when we lived in Silver Heights. They had a beautiful daughter, about twice Dawn's age. She died, though, killed. When was this? When you were young. You would remember. Yes, I do. I think I do. They lived in the big white house with the green trim. You never told me she was killed. What happened? She was murdered by her boyfriend. But you never told me that. I didn't want to scare you. Well, you could have told me. Well, there's never a good time. So what happened? Did you talk to her parents? How did you find out? Well, Judy Martins told me. I didn't talk to her parents. I don't know what happened. I read it in the paper, and I guess I didn't deal with it very well. And then we moved. That's why we moved. Part of it. Most of it. So what if something undesirable happens in this neighborhood? Will we pack up and leave again? No. Nothing like that's going to happen. But you don't know. Sure I do. There's no Indians that live around here. Just me. I can't believe you. You too. You're such a redneck, Evan. You shouldn't judge a man by the color of his neck, Dawn. Dawn jumps up and leaves. Vi's pager goes off. Forgot. You two will be okay? She'll be all right. She's been that way since she was a child. Sorry, it wasn't much of a dinner. We'll have to do it again. Or have a lunch. Vi grabs her purse and runs out the door. Evan sits on the couch and starts picking the meat out of everyone's leftovers. A very dim light upon Evan and Dawn. She's wrapped in a blanket. They're sitting in a park looking up at the stars as best as they can. They kiss for a long time. How do you feel? Good. Did you like it? Yeah. Did you? Yes. They kiss again. You know, that's really funny. What? How hard it is for lovers to find a place to do it. Do it. Make love. Better. It's really hard though, eh? Guess so. I mean, we can't make love at your place. My dad's usually home. Or my brother. Hotels are expensive. You get arrested if you get caught at the park. Well, then it's a good thing we didn't get caught. Yeah. I always wanted to do it outside. I always just wanted to do it. Dawn snuggles him. Maybe that's why they invented marriage, so people wouldn't have to worry about finding a place. If one of us had our own place, it wouldn't be a problem. Roommates, though. Who our age can afford to live alone? Maybe we should find our own apartment. Or make a schedule. Yeah. I was joking. If all you're going to worry about is where and when we do it, I won't be happy. Do it? I'm serious. Okay, but it's going to be hard to control myself. Evan hugs Dawn and snuggles close to her. I won't tease you anymore. I like it. Maybe just not all the time. Sometimes I wish I could turn off the mercury lamps and then we could see all the stars instead of only the bright ones. That's so typical. Only the brightest and loudest get noticed in a city. It's perspective. If we were closer to the dimmer stars, they'd become the bright ones. Thank you. For what? Reminding that things can be good. They kiss. And I'm sorry about dinner. I was just trying to joke. It was getting way too serious. You should cut your mother some slack. That's all she's had her entire life is slack. She needs to be reminded that she can't say whatever's in her head. Just look at her. There's a flood going on and she's going to the lake? How screwed up is that? It's just how she's dealing with it. Well, you can't avoid things like this. You have to face them. You really think I'm racist towards my own people? Well, sometimes it sounds like it. Well, I'm angry, and that's what it is. It's anger. Well, maybe you should cut your own people some slack. My people, that's part of the problem. We make ourselves different. But isn't that what you want? We want to be treated the same as everyone else. Then how come Native peoples have special rights? But that's owed to us. Owed you? For the land that was stolen from us? So then you are different. Look, let's stop, okay? I really don't want to fight. We're not fighting. Sort of feels like we are. Okay. They look up for a bit. We just made love, right? Yes. So does that mean we're in love? There's no response. Dawn? I guess so. Good. Evan kisses her for a long time. He stops and looks at her. You want to know about my leg? I don't care about that. Well, I'll tell you. Why do you say that? I felt it just now when I was kissing you, that you want to know. Maybe you were wondering. I want to know lots of things about you. My mom used to do that. What? Tell what we were thinking. Scared the heck out of me. Did your mom die? No, she just took off. So you know what happened to my leg? Well, it just stopped growing. When? When I was younger. The doctor said it just stopped growing. So that's why I walk funny. My other leg is shorter than the other. Does it hurt? Nah, it just makes me stand out. And it keeps me from certain careers, like a policeman or a ballet guy. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. So anyways, that's just it. But I like your legs. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Are you cold? No. If we stay here a bit longer, we'll see the sun behind those houses. That sounds nice. I haven't watched a sunrise since I was small. That's weird. I think you do it all the time. Why? 'Cause it's your name. Oh, I don't really like my name. I do. I even know why you're named that. Yeah? Tell me. Well, there's a certain time in the morning when everything is beautiful. The streets, the garbage cans, even the dandelions, everything. And your parents knew this. That's why they called you Dawn. I think it's more because my parents were kind of hippies. But I love your story better. When is that certain time? A few more hours. They watch the sky for a bit. Chester comes stumbling in on drunk. Hey! Where were you? Just, getting snapped. Is Dad back from Grandpa's yet? I don't know. Hey, Don. Hi. What are you guys doing? Watching for the sunrise? What for? Something to do? Oh, yeah. Chester stumbles away. Too bad he wasn't a few hours later. Then he would have been beautiful too. Transition to the next day. Chester is smoking. Saul leans back in the wooden chair on the lawn.